Life does not always follow straight paths. We make mistakes, others hurt us, plans fail, doors close. And yet, somehow, looking back, we see that something beautiful was still unfolding. Today, I would like to share with you a powerful truth. God can write straight on a crooked lines. Writing is an art. To have a good handwriting, one needs lots of practice. That's why teachers are very strict with their children at the KG class with regard to learning of writing well. And some claim that, in a way, handwriting determines one's fate in the future. Anyway, it is easier to write when the lines are straight, but it is difficult for us to write straight when there are crooked lines. But there is a proverb which asserts that God can write straight even on crooked lines. In fact, it has a lot of significance. What does it mean? God can draw out something good and desirable even from the event that is apparently bad and harmful. He, in His great wisdom, can turn something evil into something that is nice and pleasant. In His love and compassion, He is capable of making which is apparently a great loss, failure, or disappointment into something that is actually a gain. How do we know this? In the Bible, there are umpteen number of examples to show how this can be proved. There are many examples and narrations and actual life situations to show how God can do this, and He has actually done in the lives of many. For example, the story of Joseph, son of Jacob, in the Old Testament, Genesis chapters 37 to 50. Joseph's brothers, out of jealousy, were looking for a chance to take revenge on him. They disliked their father because he had extra love for Joseph. He had made a special long robe for Joseph. Joseph seemed to have behaved big towards his brothers, as he had a special talent of interpreting others' dreams. His brothers did not seem to have a broad heart to appreciate this great gift of their brothers, and they hated him even more. Their hatred towards him was intensified with their father's special love and concern for Joseph. They hated him so much that they wanted to kill him when he came alone in the fields while they were tending the sheep. They threw him into the dry well and wanted him to die a death of loneliness and hunger. But somehow they had a change of mind and sold him to the traders from Egypt. They never intended to see him anymore and closed the chapter with that event. When they returned, they lied to their father that some wild animal killed him in the wilderness, convincing him of his blood-stained dress of Joseph. That blood was the blood of the lamb they actually killed, in which they had drenched Joseph's dress. Their father was so gullible that he believed them and had long mourning for his sake. Of course, unfortunately, those days one could not do blood test or DNA test to ascertain that it was Joseph's blood. Now this event is apparently a very evil one meted out against the innocent Joseph. It was a sure plan to kill him. But God turned that into something good, even something that saved the life of his father, brothers, and the people of Israel. Yes, after some years of this event, there was a severe famine in Israel. Joseph's brothers went to the neighboring Egypt to find some livelihood. By then, Joseph had risen to the top level of being the chief administrator in the government of Egypt. But Joseph's brothers did not recognize Joseph. To cut the long story short, Joseph invited his father, brothers, and all the people of Israel to come to Egypt to escape the pangs of severe drought in Israel. This is how God turned out the evil intentions of Joseph's brothers into something noble which could save them from dying. Oftentimes, we are left wondering when we are baffled not to see the meaning in the events of life. As Mary pondered about the happenings in her life, we need to do so to see the invisible hands of God in them. Then we are naturally empowered to face the challenges in life. Thank you.